character judgment, self-identity, sup Daisy, and building better habits. Welcome in, fam. Much love, Trav here. Not a clickbait video today, so if you clicked into it, you made the right choice, I promise you. It's gonna help you out a lot, benefit you a lot as we go into a deeper place today and think about how we judge other people and how we identify with ourselves and how we can use that to improve our habits and to improve our lives. So if that sounds cool to you, then make sure to hit the thumbs up button so I can know to do more videos like this. Welcome in, much love. So we're going to start from character judgment, and then we're going to go to self-identity, and then we're going to go from self-identity to habits, and then we're going to go from habits to becoming successful and building the life that you want. So the first place to start is and how we perceive other people. So if we look around at people and we see the good and we see the bad, and it's easy, like, why do we see the good? Why do we see the bad? Well, seeing the good is obvious. To connect with people and to learn from people and learn from the good in people. But why do we see the bad when we see other people? Why do we think, oh, that's bad, he shouldn't do that, she shouldn't do that, that's a bad habit, what's wrong with her? Well, judgment is an important thing, because judgment lets us decide what we want to copy, what we don't want to copy. Judgment helps us decide who to associate with, who to not associate with. But judgment of others is also a reflection of ourselves and how we go about judging other people, which is a very useful thing, because if you didn't judge, you just indiscriminately say yes to anyone, you're going to partner with anyone, you're going to be friends with anyone, you're going to hang out with anyone. No, you have to have boundaries and say, well, if I judge you in this way, then we're going to have a boundary on this thing. We're not going to be that close. That's okay. So to bring it back from there, you see other people as a reflection on yourself. Well, the reflection isn't necessarily you are what you see. Sometimes it's the opposite of what you see, and it can create beliefs in your own identity, which is going to help you with habits and help you becoming successful. So let me give you some examples from these common examples from my own life and from my clients' lives, without going into too many details. But a common one is, like, in my pursuit for success, like, the judgment of, man, all these other people they just want to party and they just want to drink on Friday night and just not be very productive and be distracted. And you don't need to stop there with the negative and bring it back to myself and say, I'm the type of person that likes to wake up fresh in the weekend and get to work. I have a greater calling, I have a greater mission, I have goals that I work towards, right? Another common one is in your work environment, where there's people leave the hard tasks for you. Maybe you can relate to that. And you think, the first thought is like, man, well, this person's lazy, why did they leave early? Or, like, why this person's just doing the easy thing and leaving it to me and taking it personally? But if you don't leave it there and you come back to yourself and say, I'm the type of person who does the hard tasks. I'm the type of person who works longer than others. And then it's not like, if I just happen to work harder and longer and on the harder things than most people. So I'm not mad that other people don't, right? I judged it, but I'm not mad about it. I'm not taking it personally. Personally, I just work more, right? Or in, your intimate relationships, if you feel like you give more than you receive, like you're the giver, you tend to be, and this is an archetype as well, you tend to be the giver. And again, it's easy to judge and say, man, this person's selfish, they're not returning, they're not that reciprocal. But you can also bring it back to yourself and say, hey, I just tend to give a lot. I tend to be a giver, right? That's in my personality. So see, in judging other people and then making the distinction with yourself, then it allows you to start to shape your habits. Because if you have the belief that I'll work harder. I like to do the hard things. I tend to do the hard things. Not so. If you say that, if that's your thought pattern, then how are you going to approach, say, weight training? You're going to enjoy that it's hard, and you're going to do the hard things. How are you going to approach taking out the trash? You're going to do it and cleaning your clothes, cleaning your room, making your space nice, and paying your taxes on time, paying your bills on time, doing these things because it's in my identity. I'm responsible. I do the extra things, right? If you believe that, like, have a side hustle, it's one thing to start with the habits. This is what I've realized, and say, hey, you have this goal, you have this financial goal, you have this goal to make a business. You got to shift your habits. You got to you got to get to work. But if your belief is, or your judgment is, other people work harder than me, I'm lazy, then the habit's never going to come around. But the habits and the beliefs are self-enforcing, reinforcing, because every time you take an action, it is a vote of confidence for that character, that belief, that identity. So as you do the extra work, it's a vote for I do the extra work. And as you say I do the extra work, it makes it easier to do the extra work. So you get in these winner circles, right? Or you have the loser circle descending. It's important to get into the winner circle. And these habits, right? It's easy to say, yo, dude, eat your vegetables, care about your diet, work out, eat multivitamins, right? But it's to get there, to get to those habits, not just forcing yourself. It's easy if you think, I take care of myself. I'm the type of person who takes care of myself. I take care of my parts. My health's super important to me. I go the extra mile for my health, right? It becomes kind of easy if you have those beliefs. And if you look out and say, these people don't take good care of themselves. Well, I take good care of myself, right? I'm not mad at them. I'm just noticed, right? I mean, it's one thing to say, hey, that person doesn't take care of themselves. Neither do I. But that's your opportunity to make a distinction and a boundary and say, I'm different, right? So it's just going to make life easier for you. It's going to make things better for you. And then so you made your judgments. You reflected on your own character, your own identity. Sheep are getting to work back here. You reflected on other people's, or you passed judgment on other people's, reflected on your own character, use it to create habits, and then from that habits, you're going to create the results that you want in life. Maybe not all the results, but you're going to create the process that you want in life, which is more likely to create the results that you want. You know, if you work towards your goal, you're pretty likely to achieve your goal, but you're working towards your goal, right? Maybe the goal is just to work towards your goal. The goal is to have good processes in your life. You know, you could do everything right, and your business goes under, your house burns in a fire, your partner leaves you or dies, and it sucks. And that's sort of a different discussion. Those things can happen. There's certain things you can protect, but maybe 50% of life is about luck. A lot of life is about luck. But what you can do is have the right processes to recover from those things, do your best. Have the right processes to stick to the path, stick to the mission, move towards your goals. And a lot of what that is about is also just walking the path is nice, right? It's like when you get to the peak, and sometimes it can be sad, sort of depressing, like what's next? What's that all for? Life's a lot about walking the path. And when you're not walking the path, when you're not headed in a good direction, when you're the lazy one, you're the unfocused one, then life doesn't feel so good. But it's not just about having things in life or being there in life. It's about being on your way. And just by being on your way, it's going to change things for you. You're going to feel a lot better. You're going to feel hope. You're going to feel optimism. Hope's so crucial to life. Being hopeful, having something to hope in, having optimism for the future, hope in the future. You can have nothing but hope and you're going to be all right. But if you have everything but don't have hope, then it's going to be a hard time. So a part of hope goes back to moving in a direction. Moving in a direction has to do with your habits. Your habits have to do with your beliefs, which have to come from your character, identity, which a lot comes from looking at the world and deciding what kind of person you want to be. So who do you want to be? If you found that useful, again, please hit the thumbs up. If you found it useful and you want to share it, please share it. Again, it's not a clickbait video. It's not going to get a lot of views, but if you found it valuable, please send it to someone who will find it valuable as well. So that's all. I appreciate you. I thank you for being here with me today, and I want to talk to you soon. I look forward to talking to you soon. Those of you, I'm not really needing or looking for new clients, but those of you who want, I got a free course to help you with your habits if you're trying to quit anything. And if you're really into life coaching, want it, there's a form to that down below, but no pressure. I don't really need clients, only if people are, if someone's really needing and wanting it, then it's a possibility. So anyways, much love and thumbs up for the sheep, and talk to you soon. Peace.